Why modern life feels fake. Um, it is fake, first of all. Modern life feels fake because almost everything around us has become a performance. Work, personality, happiness, success, relationships, all that stuff. It it became a pure performance, nothing else. Opinions, even suffering, in a way. I mean that might feel a little bit controversial to say, but I don't think people are tired of work only because they work too much, or they're tired because they're forced into a version of life they didn't choose for themselves, and version of life that doesn't feel real anymore. Everybody's talking about how fast time goes. you know it does, it really does, and everything feels bleak. We're just so oversaturated. Everyone is smiling, branding themselves, networking, posting, pretending to be fine, pretending to be motivated, pretending to care about jobs they hate, products they don't need, goals they never chose actually. It is madness in this regard. And after a while you start asking yourself, is this life, or is it just some sort of weird game that we all decided to play, here, or some sort of performance. And you see it everywhere. You see it at work. Everybody's smiling. They're openly hostile to you with a smile in their face, saying the right polite words, but stabbing you in the back. I'm talking from experience, and yeah, maybe you can argue it's me, but I've done all the right words, all the right things, said all the right words, and still people find a way to hate. People are unhappy, very unhappy, and more unhappy they feel, more dangerous and hostile are towards each other. And it is a crazy time. It is absolutely insane time, and I thought we were living in a future, but history has a tendency to repeat itself, and humans somewhat can't escape their own faults and their own imperfections, and here we are living in this kind of society, like you see it in corporate. Oh my god, that's one of the worst, because you never see it coming, but when it does, they strike you down. They dispose of you. You are so disposable everywhere. Everywhere you go, you are forced to do more for the same or less, or it's the same, but it doesn't buy you the same amount that it did 5-10 years ago. Your wages don't rise fast enough, or the prices are not low enough, one or the other. But something is so broken, and it's going to be only worse. If you think about it, like, there is so much going on under the hood that we don't even pay attention to much. Like our pension systems, like, us dying out, or the population actually being in decline. I'm sorry, the population actually being in decline uh, in the modern world, and eventually everywhere. You know, what is gonna be in the future? Like, it's gonna push states to do crazy things that we would not expect from them. just because they don't have the resources, they have a dying population, they are basically collapsing. So they're gonna need more people, which means going to war with other nations to get more territory to claim more people. Yeah, the world doesn't feel real because we are living in some sort of dystopia where war is going to be persistent thing in our society. I feel like, I've read 1984 several times, and I get a everyday bigger and bigger feeling when I think of that book. I'm I'm in 1984, I'm there, I'm almost there. It's very close to that kind of reality. Um, Poverty, unable to say anything, we will be close to it. We are now. There are forces in this world that are very powerful, and then they work really hard to control what we can say, what we can think. It's this. It's just very close. It's very very close in my honest observation and opinion. The question is, what we're going to do about it. That's my question. It's going to be probably a question that I'm going to ask throughout all my videos, because what are we going to do about this? I mean, we can protest. That's why I'm doing these videos, to at least voice your opinion out there in the ether, and maybe someone hurts, and maybe then you can do something good and help for positive change to do something different. But other than that, what can we really do? We have these amazing tools, but there's so much fight for attention, our money, our emotions. And now it's basically over our complete us. I was such a great lover of AI, and I still think it's a great tool, but the way we are using it and we are going about it on the scale that we are doing it and the way that we are doing it, and it's again a tool that's going to serve the mighty and rich to control us in a way that we maybe even can't imagine really yet. Maybe then they don't even know. They just know that it's going to gain them immense power if they control it. And this is why the world feels so progressively crazy since COVID, because the mask is falling off and we see it. And I know the only thing that's left is UFO landing here in the middle of us, and announcing themselves and saying, "Hey, enough of this bullshit. Enough of this." I mean, that's really literally the only thing I see that can happen. That is even possible. I see there's a slight possibility, which 20 years ago you would be completely crazy to say, but it's not out of the question, And we have all kinds of crazy things, our elites do, and that we thought that's just bogus. That's that's craziness. Nobody, only Alex Jones could think things like that and say things like that. And you know what? He was right about those things. So, and now it's all dawning on us, and we are in the mid 2020s, rolling in the 30s. And I was positive 5 years ago, even during COVID, still, because I was thinking, okay. And then after COVID, yeah, okay, we are on the trajectory. We're going to do something. And then it's just bad. It's just really, really bad. And these wars and everything, and these people that are actually in charge of everything are just so selfish and narcissistic and stupid and power hungry. And it's amazing. It's I mean, this realm, this world, call it however you want, is insane. So see you around, guys. See you in the next one.